Hi, my name is Kevin Blanche. We're going to talk about the Dow plunge yesterday. 1,000 points, 700 points in 8 minutes. Totally unheard of. It's never happened. I've been trading the stock market since 1976. It's crazy. Yeah, and I'm just a stupid construction worker. I poured 10 yards of concrete this morning. But I have worked in this industry for years and years and years. I've worked for hedge funds. I've worked on trading desks. I was a semiconductor analyst in the 90s. I've traded derivatives my whole life. But earlier this year, I was looking for a career switch. My youngest just turned 18, so I was going through, and I have access to these sites. I've got a lot of credibility from different people, and they say send your resumes, do this, that. I started looking at all these funds, what they were looking for, and hiring. PhDs in math with finance backgrounds. That's all I see over and over. Starting wages $500,000 plus bonuses everywhere, and I was like, these are computer-driven hedge funds. That's what Wall Street has turned into. And I knew that it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yesterday exposed the flaw. There is a major flaw out there. And this so-called fat finger trade, what triggered this? Yeah, maybe it did trigger it. But a fat finger trade is not going to send down the market 10% in 7 minutes. It exposes the problem that's laying out there. These computer-driven hedge funds out there are gargantuous, and when something happens, they all trigger. And these math PhD guys are trying to outsmart each other. Okay, they're trying to pick 2-3% up, boom, 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 boom. So let's discuss what they are and how this happened. Now, why? Okay, computer-driven hedge funds. What are they? What are they? They're funds that are set up by mathematical geniuses, PhD. They use Nash's gaming theory, they use Einstein's mathematical formulas, all kinds of it. And what they do is they build a computerized trading matrix, and that's how all these stocks are getting traded. They come in and they build these. Some of them are billions of dollars. And when something moves a little bit, the computer does this, boom, 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 and they're trying to pick up 1% here, 1% there, 1% here, and over time it really adds up. A lot of them do really well. Now, there's a documentary about Black-Scholes Black, the guy who won the Nobel Prize for pricing options. He was involved in the big one in the 90s, and we all remember how that whole thing melted down. It was like this: commodities up, equities down, vice versa. Well, his matrix worked for a long time and it imploded, and they took Wall Street apart there for a while. It was supposed to be cleaned up and regulated. It's bigger than it ever was. Yesterday proves that it was bigger than ever, and it's going to happen again. I'm telling you, it's going to happen again because Washington no way can regulate. It's so far over their head they don't have a clue. They can't even regulate the derivative market. So then you got Washington trying to police this, and Harry Reid says the other day, he says, the Republicans are trying to find a way to keep making love to Wall Street. Well, if that's love, So, my big thing is CNBC. If the Republicans are making love, CNBC's having a full blown-out orgy with them. You got Kool-Aid Kudlow on there. You got Mia Bartiromo, anybody who's got $1 billion I'm in love with. Joe Kernan, this freak in the morning. These guys, he was Sanford's best buddy. Here's Sanford robbing people. I worked in Las Vegas at the time when Sanford was considered a whale. He'd come rolling into town. We all knew it. We all knew he was a scam artist. He was the worst gambler I've ever seen. I've been a gambler my whole life. The worst. Pathetic. Joe Kernan's over there. He loves him. Joe Kernan himself would have French kissed him if he got a chance. He was like, oh, how's it feel to be a billionaire? Oh, it feels good. It's pathetic. What's going on? Well, this morning they had Ned, one of the floor traders, on there. They went crazy. They went psycho on this. He's looking at all this wealth that was crumbled. Yeah, New York broke the trades. Well, the New York Stock Exchange, they say, oh, we're a hybrid, which they are. They're saying this is an argument to keep floor traders. They're the last of the Mohicans. Well, what about the derivatives market? The guy sitting on the CBOE floor. What about all the wealth and madness that was wiped out there and obliterated? And here CNBC still promotes it. This morning at about 4 a.m., I listened to Ned, who goes along with, he plays nice with CNBC and listens to them support these thieves over and over and over and over. He went psycho this morning. If you get a chance, watch the tape of him this morning. He went crazy. He knows he's been on Wall Street freaking forever. This thing is going to happen again. And if you've got a bunch of money in the market, okay, say you're a wealthy investor, you've got some funds, got 2-3 million's got your money. 5 million, $1 million, whatever. You think you're hedged up and you think you're safe? What happened yesterday could happen anytime. And what happens when it gets even more burned out widespread and then New York can't break the trades? What if your trades aren't on the New York? I'm telling you, these trading desks do not just trade these equities through there. They make trades themselves. This is an ugly situation. My name is Kevin Blanche. My phone number is 801-866-8956. I have a website called stuccodamage.com. I'm a contractor, construction, but I'm looking for a new gig. I know how to protect you from this. I know how they work. I know how to use the derivatives market the right way to save you. Plenty of these people who were hedged up, thinking they're hedged up in the derivative market, this is a whole new animal. This is a whole new thing. You've got to have a mathematical mind, and you've got to have a math background. I understand Nash's gaming theory. I know Einstein's freaking theories on all this. I've studied Black-Scholes. I know the mathematical. I know how to hedge these things up. I know how to beat these guys. And if you don't get involved with this and let your money still hang out there, this is a brand new animal that has never happened before. You see anybody who's ever been on Wall Street 30, 40 years, they're all saying the same thing this morning. They have never seen anything like it. I mean, this is scary business. Again, my name is Kevin Blanche. Thank you.